Okay. How are you? Yes, today we are going to discuss something very important. I'm calling it important because this will be more like the introduction to most of the videos that you'll be seeing. And so we really need to understand this video, understand everything that will be discussed here, so that as we make progress in our discussions, you are not left behind. Okay, so it's Medicine ICT bringing you solutions, and these solutions will be sorted using one of the ICT device that you hear mostly being mentioned, and this device is known as a computer. And I'll always be your tutor. You can see the picture here. It's for the tutor speaking, and his name down here. Okay, so let's make progress. This is one of the videos that is actually introducing what we expect, or what you expect from this platform. Of course, when I have a lot of videos recorded, I'll also be able to link you to my YouTube channel, so you can be able to view full videos, because mostly here I'll be sending, but they may not be complete videos. And so I'll be linking you to my YouTube channel so that you are able to watch some of the things. So today we've got a very simple assignment to handle. All we need to know is I've picked one of the device that you hear people mention when they talk about ICT in general, and this device is known as a computer. And so we want to understand what this computer is, and we should be able to look at some terminologies, okay? Some of the terms that you'll be able to hear as you use this device or machine. Now, some keywords that you should be able to understand by the end of this lesson. We've got the term user here. There is another one called input, process, store, retrieve, and output. So by the end of this lesson, we should be able to understand these terminologies. Okay, now the very first question that we should be able to answer as one of our objective is getting to understand what a computer is. So in case you are asked what a computer is, what you are seeing before you is a computer. I'm pointing one of the computers here. You can see my cursor, and then on the right side also there is another computer, or let me say computers there, because you're able to see different laptops. There are laptops here. We've got a desktop here. They are all known as computers. Actually, this is a desktop, this is a laptop. They are all computers. Now, let us try to define what this computer is. So you should be able to define this computer as an electronic device which you can use to enter something, and then you can decide whether to save that which you've entered into this computer. Then you expect whatever you enter into this computer to be processed. Then at the end of it, or you expect some information to be displayed, and we are calling it output. We are calling it output. So the desktop on my left here is a computer. You can define it using this definition here. Just like a laptop that you're seeing on the right side is also a computer, and you can define it that way. Of course, there are more terminologies that you can use as you define this computer. But this, I've picked this because it comes out to be one which summarizes the whole definition for a computer. All right, let's make progress. Now, you notice that the flow of information when you're using a computer, it can be divided into 3 parts here, as you can see down here. There is an input, so you should be able to enter some information, and you expect this computer to process this information. Then you should be able to expect the result. You should be able to see something displayed, which we are calling the output. Okay. Now let's try to talk a bit about computer terminologies. So if you talk about computer terminologies, from the introductory part, you saw that I'd shown some keywords, and one of the keywords that we could see there is the word user. And user is still coming as the first point here, or terminology that you hear people use if you join this industry of computers. Okay, now a user is somebody like me speaking on top of my voice. You see, I'm using this computer to communicate a message, or I'm using this computer to teach you. And now if you are watching this lesson using one of the computers, then you are also a computer user. You are using it to learn something. So you are a computer. So you hear people say a user or computer user. It simply means somebody that uses a computer for different purposes. That's why here I've said it's a person that communicates with a computer or uses the information it generates, okay, or the information that displays, so it gives you. Right. Now we should be able to look at another terminology, which is input. I've already explained to say what a computer does is when you feed it with, when you feed any information into a computer, we call that as input. So entering anything into a computer, it means you are inputting that information into a computer. So in short, to input simply means to enter data into a computer. All right. We have another common terminology that you hear here, common term that you hear when we talk about computers, and it's known as a process or processing. Whatever you enter into a computer, you expect a computer to process it. Okay. It checks it. Then if there is need for calculation, I'll give an example of calculations. Let's say you want a computer to multiply something or to add some figures for you. When you feed it with, when you enter some numbers you want it to add for you, then those numbers will be processed. Then you should be able to see, if you are given it 100 plus 100, you should be able to see an output which is a 200. It means the computer has processed that information that you fed it. All right. So now, apart from processing, you can also decide. For example, if you are typing something in one of the applications that we'll be looking at in one of the videos, you can decide, for example, you open Microsoft Word and then you type something in there. Then you can decide to keep that information by saving it for future use. So you'd say, I've typed this letter, but I don't want to delete it. I want to use it later on. Then you should be able to save it. So it has got the capacity to store whatever you enter, whatever is processed. It has got that capacity to store that information, so that if you require it at any point, you should be able to go back and use it. Now, the term that is coming is actually one of the terms that is talking about the term we are calling retrieve there. Now, to retrieve something, you can only retrieve something that would say, maybe you are using a computer, you save that information, but again you say, because you had kept it and you are saying you want to use it later on, you save something, you store something in a computer, but for you to be able to use it again, you should be able to retrieve it. So the term retrieving there simply means to fetch or bring something back. Okay. The other terminology, which should be the last one for today's video or today's lesson, is known as output. Now, I've taught you, or I'm teaching you as a computer user. I'm using this computer to teach you. Now, for you to be able to see the message that I'm communicating, there's something that is displayed on the monitor, on the screen that you are using. So now we use whatever is being displayed on the monitor as output. Okay, so whatever you are seeing right now is as a result of this terminology here we are calling output. So whatever you enter into a computer will be processed. You can decide to store it. You can later on retrieve and use it. Then you should be able to display that information. Right now what you're seeing is being displayed. We are calling this as an output. Now for our day's video, we are going to end here. And yeah, you can suggest for more videos that you'd want me maybe to record and all that. But for today, we'll end here. If there is anything that you need more explanation on, just let me know by commenting, liking, and anyway. So for today, we end here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye. Control.